Hello, we are gathered today to conduct yet another debate, and the topic that we got today is children should live independently from their parents after the age of 18. And I will be favoring the motion, and Ayush and Abba will be against it. So we already took some 2 minutes to ideate, and here we go. Today, I'll be speaking in the favor of the motion, and I really feel that children should stay away from their parents after the age of 18. And I have some strong 5 points to support this. Firstly, I would take the analogy of a root and plant. Like once you are grounded, you should have the freedom. When you have a freedom, you can explore different areas and different capability of yourself. Secondly, I would say about the being burdened. Like when you feel very a lot of responsibilities at the age of 18th, or like when you stay with your parents, and even the other relatives could taunt you like you're staying with your parents and all, so that all those things will affect you psychologically, and it will affect your doings later on. Thirdly, I would say when parents also uh, realize that children will go away from them, that time parents also have a good mindset, and like they hunt for some hobbies, or they hunt for something for themselves, and they don't really rely on others, especially their children, for any small or big deal. So this again helps in the parents mindset uh, and their work, basically. And fourth, I would like to speak on the risk factor which a children might be able to take once they are away from their parents. Like they could maybe go for travel, which at some certain places, or they could risk even in their careers, which might be little problematic for them when they are with their parents. And lastly, I would end by saying about going out of the comfort zone. Like when you are at home, when you are with parents, there might be very basic things like cooking. Like you are dependent on your parents a lot, and when you go out of your comfort zone, you try to be a better version of yourself. You try to inculcate a lot of skills. It might be basic as washing your clothes, but that going out of the comfort zone is very much needed, and it benefits you. Yeah. So these are some 5 points why I believe that children should live away from their parents after the age of 18. Yeah, over to Ayush and Ava.
You
Ayush?
can start, Abba. I will add on later.
Okay. So, as far as freedom goes and parents finding hobbies and not relying on children goes, I feel uh, that.
Just a minute. Someone is on the door. I will be back in a minute.
Okay, okay.
Really sorry.
Yes. Ava, I'm really sorry, okay?
No, no, it's
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, continue.
Yeah. So, if the child has gotten out of the house post 18, right after 18, and if the child is not financially free, then it poses a lot of issues such as spending extra money on the child staying away. So I'd rather see the child stays at home until the child finds financial freedom. And as far as freedom goes, I feel like uh, when a child is 18, he or him, they both have certain differences with their parents. So when they learn to deal with those differences, I feel like that is the first step of getting out of their comfort zone, being free, and then you can go out in the world and uh, be more free is what I feel. You accept other people's opinions, and you learn to live with other people's opinions and with your own. So that's a balance that I see happening. Ayush, you can add on.
Yeah, very well said, Ava. Like to add on, I believe when you are under 18, it's like very formative years to like build your own opinions, or like have your own sense self-conscience to like to know what is right or wrong. And when you are under 18, it's like very likely that you cannot really differentiate between what is good or what is bad. It is easier to be in to get into bad friendship and like do many lot things. And but once it starts at very young age, it's even difficult to even get back to like having a normal life. My next point would be about mm the quality family time that you can spend when you are young, because like as your age increases, the time which you spend with your parents usually decreases, and you get more responsibility. Maybe you go out for job, maybe you go out for higher education. So I think it's really important to stay with your parents when you are young, that, those quality time you will never get back. And my last point would be about health. When you stay with your parents, they usually cook for you and you usually get to eat healthy, which is not always the case if you stay with someone else, or if you are living alone. It's easy to make bad habits and like to eat bad food or junk food all the time, and you won't really realize it until you are getting old, and it's really difficult to get back from it. And also, whenever you are sick, or maybe you can stay with your relatives if you are not staying with your parents, but they will not take care of you like same as your parents, and you will not never understand the importance of that relation to like taking care of a child. So I think it's very important to stay with your parents when you are young.
Yes. Rebuttal phase. Any questions?
uh,
I had another point to add that
yeah, I
even
was thinking so.
yeah, the
Yeah, you
children
can
can
you can add it.
build on their savings while they're staying with their parents. Because why do you need to spend so much on things like, staying away, when you can actually save up that money and use it in the future for something better? Like,
Yes.
that's one thing I wanted to.
Yes. Yeah. Uh, we'll start the rebuttal phase. Any questions, guys? Like we are asking each other's, okay? Okay, I'll start. Like, don't you agree that when we stay away from our parents, like we try to come out of the comfort zone and we try to learn certain very basic things, like which we could have also learned with our parents, but then we are obliged to do it. So don't you all feel that will help us in any ways?
uh, how does this phase go? Like, we can agree and then we can add our point, or are we still in the
No, no,
debate zone?
we are still in the debate zone.
Okay, so basically I have to tackle it.
Yeah, you have to tackle it. Yes.
But when we are staying with our parents and going through the rebel phase, I feel like we are anyways going out of our comfort zone, and they are also going out of their comfort zone, so it works for both.
Okay.
And it is in a uh, comfort space for both, because you are at home, but you're still going out of your comfort zone. You don't have to go to those lengths.
Like also adding on, like you mentioned like about skills that the children might learn it faster, but it's not really a thing that if you stay with your parents you will not learn anything. Sometimes your parents are strict and do like they ask you to do certain tasks or maybe do some helping in the chores, and you can always learn it when you are at home, and it's not necessary you have to go out to learn those things.
Okay. My another question would be that sometimes when we are at home, like with our parents, and like we take them very granted, and but when we are away, we realize the importance of parents or home much more. So don't you all feel staying? I'm not saying like staying away for certain time after 18, and then maybe after you settle on your feet, that time you can come back to your parents. Don't you all feel that would be making much more sense?
I feel like there's also a disconnect from the
Abba,
parents
sorry, I
during
can't
that.
hear you.
I also feel like there is a disconnect from your parents during that phase,
Okay.
because you have grown so much and they are still your parents and they're still the same,
Okay.
that there
And
can be a disconnect.
And also, as you are growing, you may start your own family, and like you have to look at other stuff. Maybe you have a job, and maybe you have to move at a different city to work or study. So like the gap, which if you don't live with your parents early on, then the gap will continue to increase, and like you won't find any common grounds to talk with your parents, and it will be always like, not very comfortable situation. So I think for that reason you have to stay with your parents early on, because most of the time when you are getting older you have to move out.
Any questions from my side?
You said something about relatives taunting if you stay with your parents longer,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Can you elaborate on that?
Uh, Actually, what I meant to say is like when you get some taunts like from the family members that you are staying with the parents, using them like being financially dependent on them. This is what I meant to say. But like it could affect your psychology. But when you are a little away, you could like be free from those views and just work on yourself. Okay, one question I would like to ask, like, if suppose you get any opportunity to go away from the home, like your hometown, but you know, for parents, it is like the home is the entire world for them. The village, they don't really adjust fast with other places. So, how do you have to deal with that? Would you decline the offer of going away from your parents, or uh, what? How will you deal with that?
Is to still have to tackle this.
Yes. Any answer?
Like when parents are uncomfortable, maybe when you're moving out, if certain opportunities come when you're young, in that scenario maybe you can like usually in when you are young and if you get such opportunities, then it's either the case that you have done something really extraordinary and not like you won't really get a job something or like when you are young, like before 18. In that scenario maybe you can move out with your parents only. So that is only possible solution that I could think.
Or maybe work from home, because that's an option now, so that works.
Yes. Yeah. Shall we go ahead on the next phase? Yes. Yeah, feedback part. Anything to say?
uh, we didn't really ask you any questions only.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Just yeah, the topic was little one-sided actually. To be
One
honest,
sided, I kind of agree.
I did not have any points to say. Just I was framing some questions to put you all in some trouble, maybe. But I
It
really
should
like.
have been
Yeah, Abba?
it should have been parents versus kids, then it would have worked.
Yes,
Like
yes.
it's us versus us. It feels a little weird.
Little weird. Yes. Uh, Again, to have feedback, I really liked how Ayush, you were saying some points about being your first debate. You were really very good, really nice thoughts. And my start was little messy because like I did not understand which side I was. I don't know how I messed up with that. And yeah, the topic was little one-sided.
I liked how clear y'all were with your, you know, thoughts plus sentences, like the transfer from thoughts to sentences. That's something I have not participated in debates before, so that's something I would really love to learn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right.
If you see our earlier videos, like earlier starting debates, we were like very terrible.
Yes.
Our debates used to get over in like 10 minutes only.
Yes. Yeah, and Abba, even you'll, I think you'll really enjoy it to the end of the like coming days. And before there was even one situation when Ayush asked me one question, and I literally cupped my face like this in the hands. I wasn't able to speak anything at that moment, but I could see my growth, and like it will really help you also.
Usually what we do in that scenario, if we are not able to answer the questions, we either like try to sidetrack the question, like that is true, but if you also consider some other situation, uh, we didn't do it this time, but that's usually how we usually answer if the questions is like not really answerable.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. And the gap, maybe you could have asked, like, okay, I'll maybe take 1 minute to ideate or think on the topic, think on that question, and then you started to think rather than having a longer gap and then saying,
Hmm.
just to maintain some
That-
professionalism. That's it. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Topic was little messy today, but never mind. We faced it really well. Okay. Yes. Group discussion. No. Next thing, what we do is we think from the other perspective. What y'all would have said if y'all were in my shoes, and what I would have said if I was in your shoes. So take 1 minute to think on that. Yeah, we can start. Aish, would you like to start?
Hmm. Yeah, okay. I don't really have too many points. Maybe you could have focused a little bit more on the independence part. Like, you are forced to learn certain skills which you might have not learned if you stayed with your parents. And next will be like certain extreme situations, like when the kid is like really bad and don't really respect anyone and never listens to the parents. In that scenario, maybe you could not like completely throw out the kid, but there are certain schools like the one in the Tare Zamin Par. I forgot what it is called.
Boarding.
Uh,
Boardings.
Boarding school, yes. So in certain scenarios, maybe you have to send your children there to have to build some discipline.
Hmm.
Yes.
Abba, anything to add?
Yes, I do have a few points. Children learn financial freedom early on, like the importance of saving.
Hmm.
They know the importance of maintaining a lifestyle that their parents have given them, because living below that lifestyle is kind of difficult once you have gotten used to one way. And you know how to look out for yourselves, be safe, because when at home you are not challenged with uh, being safe or coming back home on time, because you are, it's compulsory for you. But when you come back late at night when you're away, you need to know how to be safe. And lastly, uh, we know how to be strong, because the world can be really cruel sometimes.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, really great points. From your side, I would say about the mental health clarity which parents and also a child could get at home. Like there's somebody looking, and you don't go be lonely or depressed anytime. There's somebody to look after you. Secondly, after that, I would say I really liked how Abba you said about winning over parents first. Then you can conquer anything. You get a good freedom, a comfort zone from that there. I really liked it. Adding on to that, I would say that you have to actually learn a lot from your parents as well, because they have gone through the same things which you will be going to through, and they are for the same reason. There's a title given as Zante because they're Zankar and they know a lot from a lot than us, and there should be a generational wealth going from one place to one generation to another. So that would help if we are staying with our parents. Yeah, that's it. Okay. Yes. Maybe now is the ChatGPT phase. We can go on the internet for 1 minute and hunt for any points which we missed.
Are we doing our own research?
Yeah, yeah. Own research. Own research.
Okay, okay.
And not just ChatGPT. You can do on any platform. Can we start?
Yeah.
Abba, would you like to start?
So basically, I have to tell what is
The okay,
new in
maybe I'll
this.
start. We have to tell something which we did not say in the whole meet, like adding on
Okay.
to some points. One point that I liked about is like strong family bond, living together strengthens relationship and teaches values like empathy, compromise, and responsibility, which are good values to have. Like you won't really have empathy if you stay away from parents, and um, then another point is better academic and career focus. You are a little less prone to distractions when you are in your family. Like there could be some family tensions which could occur, frictions which could occur, and you have your own time. And Yeah, these are some 2 points which I found really amazing. Yeah, Ayush,
Like kind of same points. I don't have anything new to it. Like whatever you mentioned.
Abba.
Uh, Wait, give me a minute.
Yes, yes. Take it.
There was this point about children not knowing what they want to do in their life, and they could actually learn a lot from their parents' wisdom and their support. So I don't think we covered that.
Yes. Yeah.
So nothing apart from that.
Yes, yes. So we did good in ideation. We really generated good points without internet. Yes. Uh, just a group discussion. What do you all, irrespective of both the sides, what do you all feel like staying away from parents' help or staying with the parents' help? I should you like to start?
Hmm. Okay, so like completely going off, like completely like for years, maybe it's not a good idea before 18, but you should have like some maybe a week to up to a month, maybe staying at your relative's place or some other camp or something, which will like tell you the importance of your parents, like all the things that they do for you when you're young. So yes, not completely, but for certain time, I think it would be good.
Abba?
I think I've been a rebel for most of my life. So I always wanted to stay away. And I have stayed away post 18 because I went to Mumbai. So but I at that point I said that I you feel a disconnect after a point. That is I it's very true. Like when I come back home, I for a day, it's very hard to adjust. I feel like where am I?
Ah,
It's everybody has so many different opinions. Like I've lived in a free environment. Like Mumbai, nobody knows you, nobody judges you, nothing. You come here, everybody knows you. So like the entire Goa knows you. Mumbai, one city, one small part of Mumbai won't know you. So it's a huge shift. But yeah, but I also feel like you should stay with your parents. Like be okay with their opinions and then move out in the world.
yes. To answer
What
that,
do you think?
from my perspective, I would say, like as I like initial in your 20s, like I think you should take risks and you should be away from your parents. You should like really explore more, and then after that, you should be with your parents. Like once you are little settled and once you know your direction, like what will be benefiting you, at that time you should come back to your family. Again, about the gap, maybe you should talk very frequent. Maybe I have been in hostel for around 3 years, and that was the best time of my life. I enjoyed a lot. But it's not like I don't like being with my parents, but I would say that initially you should take risks. Yeah, that's it. It was a very good discussion, and we justified the topic, impromptu, very very like on the spot. And tomorrow we'll have again. Abba, will you be joining?
I have an interview tomorrow.
Oh, is
I
it?
will let you know, but I have afternoon.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. And you can like maybe you can tell other times, like depending on you.
Ha, sure,
Okay.
sure, sure.
Yes, yes. Yeah. All the best for tomorrow interview.
Yes, all the
Thank
best.
you.
Yes, yes.
Thank you.
And thanks for coming. It was really nice. Okay. Chalo.
It was
Bye,
actually
Abba. Bye,
fruitful.
Ayush.
Yes. Bye
Thank
bye.
you.
Yes, bye.